Hello once again, Star Wars Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, and how's your week been? It's been quite a strange couple of days, to say the least. Some of my previous videos were actually pre-recorded, and therefore they were dropped, and at my normal Sundays and Wednesdays. But since the last time I did a recording, we've had this whole coronavirus outbreak and scare and panic situation throughout the entire world, and I have to say it has been rather intense and amazing and fascinating too, in just to observe not only the scariness of it, but also the kindness that I've witnessed of others, and that's true. That kindness is something I think that we all need to have more of. Tolerance, okay, for people being scared, and I just wanted to take this opportunity. People who have watched this channel know that I am a teacher, and I am thankfully teaching from home, as all public school teachers in this country are pretty much doing at this point, and probably throughout the world at this point. And it's a little different. I am a music teacher, so ensemble music is kind of a hard thing to do, but we're doing some activities and other things that are a little different. But so far, it's been day one at the time of this recording, and things have been holding steady and doing pretty well. So to my students out there that watch, keep practicing, okay? I know that this is a scary time and an uncertain time, but I do really believe that the whole purpose of this whole locking down business is to what they say, flatten the curve, keep less people getting sick. Particularly less people getting sick all at once, I should say, and allowing the hospitals to be able to manage the care of those that are infected, along with the care of people that aren't infected but have other issues, like broken bones and cancers and chemo and heart attacks. Okay, we need to be able to take care of everyone. So that's what the flatten the curve is. That's why they always, all the stuff that you've been hearing, wash your hands, make sure that you, for Star Wars fans, I've learned that if you wash your hands thoroughly while saying the speech by Princess Leia that she gives to Obi-Wan Kenobi on the recording to R2, years ago you served my father in the Clone Wars, now he begs you to help him in struggle against the Empire, and so on and so forth. That is about 20 seconds. So try to make sure that you keep a social distancing, keep your distance when you do have to go out. Keep your distance within 6 feet of people as much as you can, and just be careful not to touch surfaces. And if you do, and whether or not you touch surfaces, try not to touch your face, which is really hard. Apparently, a lot of people do that, and I do too. And it's weird that I never noticed it until they tell you not to. So who knows? But just be safe, okay? And be smart, and understand that the biggest thing to understand is that you may never, you may be a viewer right now that just knows you're never going to get this. Okay, or if you do get it, you might be in the percentile that's going to maybe feel minor effects, and then it's going to go away. That's fine, but going out into the world and just trying to live your life as normal and being as social as you can infect other people without you knowing it, and those other people may not be in the same boat as you. And that's really the whole point of this. We're trying to help others that might have a harder time getting through this if they contract this virus. So anyway. Why am I talking about this? This is a Star Wars Unboxing Show. One nice thing is that the gears that operate Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show really aren't affected by this. I still can do unboxings. I can still do videos. In fact, there may actually be opportunity for me to do more videos and maybe even try to get some live videos going. So I'm going to try to kind of help in my little neck of the woods with my little tiny viewership. Okay, I'm just going to try to help the cause by just providing as much content, at the very least the same content we've been providing, but I'll try to do some more, and maybe to get some live videos, and maybe tours of the room live, that kind of thing. It might be kind of a fun thing, and trying to do stuff, because I know a lot of people are going to be home and they're going to be sitting around watching a lot of TV and watching a lot of YouTube, so maybe I can add some content for your viewing pleasure. So, speaking of that, let's start with today. What do we have here? Well, we've done a little bit of eBay hunting this week, and as I've said in previous episodes, I've always been a big fan of eBay. eBay is the great equalizer. All right, it's the thing that says an object is worth as much as a person's willing to pay. Okay, not from what a price guide says, not from anything of that nature. It's a person puts a price down, and if somebody's willing to pay it, they pay it. And if two people want it and they fight over it, they're willing to pay up to a certain amount, and there you go. So I have a couple of items here. Honestly, I am not even remembering what they all are. So why don't we just kind of start with them and go from here, all right? So these are all, I do believe that these are all eBay purchases. I am expecting, oh boy, this person did a really good job here. I am expecting to have a package from Entertainment Earth, I believe, which is the, oh, you know what it is. It's that new Imperial Troop Transporter that's from Mandalorian. I was so excited about that, and I believe that should be coming this week. I've been told that it's shipped. I thought it might come today. I was kind of holding off on videotaping. So old school. Sorry, recording this. It's an envelope in a box. Go figure. So we'll see. This is certainly not that, but oh yeah, I know what this is. This is the special edition Darth Vader prototype edition figure, and it comes in a really cool like iridescent card, and on the back you can see the reflection there, the Vader and Obi-Wan. Now I do have to say this is kind of an odd thing, but for those who don't realize, when prototype figures were originally put together, a lot of times they wouldn't have the right paint scheme, and instead they would just be whatever kind of color they happened to be at the time, the plastic that they sculpted with or whatever. So there you go. Let me just read what it says here. Once a heroic Jedi Knight, Darth Vader was seduced by the dark side of the Force, becoming a Sith Lord, and led the Empire's eradication of the Jedi Order. Inspired by 1970s action figures, the Star Wars Retro Collection, this is part of the Retro Collection, by the way, it doesn't say it here because it's a special edition, but it's the same kind of box and everything. The Retro Collection features original Kenner figure design and detailing. Imagine the excitement of the 70s when the Star Wars original trilogy had just begun and Kenner began releasing classic Star Wars figures for avid fans of the space saga. Continue your collection from the galaxy far, far away. Experience the excitement of the engineers and designers seeing the first product samples of their designs with this Darth Vader figure. Inspired by prototypes that are often produced with whatever extra resin is in the machine at the time, colorful prototypes enable the development team to look past the deco and focus on the sculpt, analyze mold alignment, and make adjustments for quality. So I do believe that if you had tried to buy multiple ones of these, they kind of came in different order. They weren't all exactly the same. He has kind of an orange torso, a yellow leg, a red leg, and I think this is almost too perfect, almost too rainbowy. And I have seen on eBay that there are people that have tried to collect all of the things so you could have a red Vader, a green Vader, or an orange Vader, which is fun and cool, but kind of too expensive for me to do. So I just wanted to get my one representation. It will not be unboxed. It will just stay in its card for the time being. So really cool. Really happy to have got that. I'll get a close-up shot of it so you can get a better look at it. All right, moving on. What do we have here? We have another eBay purchase. I don't want to give out my my eBay handle, although some people could probably figure it out. No, it's not Darth Tuba. It was created long before the Darth Tuba name was created. People are still asking me, like, why are you called Darth Tuba? Well, you know that I'm a music teacher, and my major in college was, my principal instrument was actually tuba, although I'm actually a pianist. But they needed tubas, and that's how I guaranteed getting into college. So, that's why. But, being an avid Star Wars fan, as well as being a musician, I thought Darth Tuba kind of a catchy name, and it sticks. But one thing you might see sometime this week or over the next few weeks is maybe some music videos, meaning me playing some instruments and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I've always been a little bit hesitant to do it, but we'll see. That might be something adding to our unboxing channel, at least for the time being. All right, we've got Gaming Greats from GameStop. The Jedi Knight Revan. The journey from Sith to Jedi is complete. In Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, as a redeemed Jedi Knight, Revan wields the purple lightsaber while cloaked in white Jedi robes. So, a pretty cool, a really cool figure, and a box that I am going to hold on to for the time being, only because I have never seen a purple box. I like the purple color. It just, when I took it out, I had every intention to unbox it, but right now I might want to hold it on this and display it like as is for a little bit, okay? And maybe even display it right here, just because. Then again, maybe not. Yeah, that works. Just because I kind of like that purple look, and I think it's really neat. But the Jedi Revan figure is really cool. The white robes are really neat. So there you go. All right, we have two more. Before we get to them, I do want to also point out that some positives, if you want to call them positives, that came out of the whole coronavirus outbreak and hunkering down that the whole country and world is doing. No one's going out. Disney parks are all closed around the world, which means that I had an upcoming trip scheduled. I am very doubtful that we are going to be going. I'm hoping we do have a summer trip as well, and I'm hoping that this will whole blow over by sometime in the summer so that we can go. You know what? I've learned to be grateful and not, I do get disappointed, but I learned to be grateful for the times I've gone, and I've gone a lot this past year, I should say, 2019, and I'm okay if something happens and I can't get to it in the future, but we'll get there soon, and it will happen. This will whole blow over. But one cool thing was that Disney Plus started releasing things like Frozen 2 about 3 months early, I believe they said, which is amazing. That's awesome that they did that. And in addition to that, iTunes released the digital version of Rise of Skywalker, which I know in some ways that's good for iTunes and good for Disney because people are going to buy it, but I really wanted to own it. Normally I wait for the disc version that has the digital code, but in this case I decided to heck with it, and part of the reason for that is that I'm eyeing that there's going to be a complete Saga edition, Skywalker Scott Saga edition, that I'm seriously considering making an investment in. But the Rise of Skywalker, fantastic. I mean, I haven't even seen the movie yet, to be honest with you. I mean, on the disc, or on the digital version of it. I have watched all the extras, and oh my goodness, what amazing extras that have come out. Okay, the only thing that I thought was interesting was that that I would call it a critique, or something, negative feedback, if you will, is that there was no gag reel and there was no deleted scenes, which I thought was unusual. So, but sometimes what's nice about the digital versions is that when things come out on disc, or when they come out in different formats, or when Lucasfilm is ready to release them, sometimes they just add them or release them onto your digital version, and you just happen to look one day and oop, there they are. Here's new things. Here's new featurettes. But there's an over 2-hour featurette called the Skywalker Legacy, I believe. It is amazing. It's mostly just kind of going through the movie, making the making of all the different things, which is great. It's not something that we always have. It's kind of nice. And in addition to that, it's cut with interviews from the original cast and footage from the original like making of documentary footage from the original trilogy, and it's kind of a cool thing. A little empty in the prequel stuff, but there's occasional moments. So really great. The other featurettes are great. There's an awesome John Williams little featurette there, which is awesome, and being a musician, loving that. So pretty cool. All right. They really do a good job of setting this up. Oh, I knocked over. Poor Vader. This is interesting. They call it priority mail. Now, I will say this: there was a time, kids, way back when, long ago. There was a time when we were first doing eBay that priority mailboxes are great because they're free. You can go to a post office and you can pick up as many that are there, or you can order them online and free, no cost in shipping either. They will send you boxes of like 25 at a time. I don't know if they still do that, but for a while there, that's what they were doing, and that's great. But sometimes for a while there, it was cheaper to mail things out first class as opposed to priority, which was just a little bit more expensive and it arrived a little bit quicker. So what most people would do is wrap it in brown paper and just mail it out first class. This person didn't do that. They wrapped it in brown paper in a priority mailbox and they mailed it priority mail, which is weird. Although this is the medium flat rate, which is a little bit more expensive. That's like anything fits in here, you ship, but it's a little more versus regular priority mail. So that's probably what they were trying to do. So I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Now, the question is, does this have a tear? Because if it did, man, it does not have a tear. They are not making things easy today. Okay. So, anyway. This is a little bit harder to get. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. Now, this one, some people will be like, what? And I'll explain. I went with the Elite series. Why? Because this is from Disney. Okay, they released two types of Elite series. They released the Elite series that were essentially, I think they were 7-inch or 8-inch figures, and they were all pretty much metal, and they were really cool, very good sculpts, very nicely displayable. Only problem is that they were so heavy that sometimes they couldn't even hold up on their own weight. But then for a little while, they released, around the time Rogue One came out, they released what was called the premium action figure, which was like around a 9-inch figure, and really good pose, really good sculpt. So I say, you know what, this is kind of nice. So I decided to, I picked up a few over the years, and this one I decided that I'm going to, now this one, kind of like Sideshow, it's kind of a mixture here, unfortunately, because this has, they released multiple hands. Let's see if I can get this without destroying it. Okay, that's that. Come on. You got this. You got this. I'm trying to get this out without having to rip the box, because I might actually save this box. Not that I ever intend to put it back in this box, but you never know. Here it is. Almost there. Actually, not a bad thing. I'm still wondering what Hasbro's going to do with regards to their pledge. Oh no, this is like, oh my goodness. Their pledge to get rid of plastic packaging by, I thought it was 2022. So, I don't know, maybe. It'd be hard to, I just wonder if we're going to start seeing, like, if you remember, there was, if anybody was around my age might remember the old Mego figures that came out, and they were all essentially, oh my goodness. Holy cow. So I always have a thing handy here because it's like, are you serious, man? There we go. Oh, sorry. Holy Toledo. How do you get this thing? My goodness. Yeah, I don't know if I'm keeping the box. I'm not really part of the reason I'm... Excuse me, Death Star. Oof. They have these plastic things on there. All right, let's go. Almost there. Almost there. I always enjoy, like, I really feel like these are actually quite nice articulated figures, and I enjoy that. Now, I will say that it looks like, yeah, they really weren't meant to hold the gun that much. So they come with literally a secondary set here, so that's cool. And that has secondary hands and which makes it a little bit easier. And that's what I was afraid of. Where are my tools? Where are my tools? There are my tools. Unfortunately, same old, same old. Maybe I'll keep this hand on. Let's see. This is the problem. These little wristlets make it challenging. So I guess I'm not removing the hands. I wish I could, but I can't. So I'll just put that on there, get the finger in there. Yeah, it doesn't want to do it. Oh, poor Elite Series. Maybe this is why they didn't last beyond one thing. Let me try this one more time. Sorry to bore you. See, what happens is there's literally, this is a little tiny that's what I want. Sorry for my mic. All right, you know what? I'm going to probably have to work on this with another set of tools. But I think okay, got it. Got it. All right, not too bad. Just kind of a pain. But this one has like the Kung Fu grip, as I would say. Okay, and then that allows you to, a lot of good posing with this. All right, some really good poses. Okay, and even the feet kind of have great like ankle and toe movement, so that works out really well. You can swap out the Stormtrooper blaster if you'd like. Okay, it's got the hood on there, so if you want to do the whole, you know, help me Obi-Wan Kenobi speech that I was trying to do before. So very, very, very cool. All right, so I guess we can put her like this. I have a feeling she's probably going to fall over at some point, but yeah, I don't know. I like the Elite Series. I picked up most of them. I didn't get all of them. I have like I did a lot of the Rogue One ones. I got like General Jyn Erso. I got Krennic. I don't know if they made any of the other guys. I think they made. I don't know whether they were thinking about this being kind of a female marketed item. I'm not sure because it is kind of a doll, so most of them were female. But there was a Krennic figure. There was a few. And oh my goodness. Well, this one might be a little bit easier for me to unbox because it's poor Rey, but Rey looks like, oh, you know what? No, it was loose. I purchased it loose. So that's good. It came with the box, even though I'm probably not going to keep the box. But all right, there we go. Oh my God, poor Rey. Oh my goodness. Rey and her feet. Where did her feet go? Oh, here we go. Oh my. They did a lot of weird stuff here with Rey. I'm a little worried as to what they were doing here, but hey, what are you going to do? All right, you have that. Then you have one foot. Okay. I don't know why they didn't just deliver it like that, but you have this, and then you have the other foot. Come on. There we go. This is, of course, episode 7 Rey, not to be confused with the current episode 9 Rey. This Rey came with a... It's interesting. There's a lot here that it comes with. Got a saber and staff, which is interesting when you think about it because she didn't really have the lightsaber until the very, very end. But I guess it counts. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like this might need to be repaired. It's very loose. So, well, you know, buyer beware when you get loose stuff. And once again, you've got your second set of hands. Looks like they switched it out, so I'm going to just pull them out of here. I'm not going to keep this box. It's just too much. And if I lose these hands, I'm not that concerned about it because they're hands. It's not a big deal. But I am going to just put her... She's got her weapon here. I'm just going to put this kind of like tucked here on the side so she can hold her... Another interesting thing that is not included with this particular piece, besides this is kind of a lengthy one, is you know, there's no scavenger like mask. I don't think, it doesn't look like it was meant to be there. Okay, you've got, all right, and it looks like, oh, she has one wrist. I don't know if she has the other wrist, so it might be. I can't really tell. Might be missing a few pieces here, but that's okay. So I just wanted to pick up the rest of these just because I like them. I like the size of them. I didn't think that they were too... I didn't think that they were too hard to handle. All right, she's got her gun. Kind of held up there. Her hands over here. I think because the staff is a bit broken, I think I'm going to just use the lightsaber right now. I like the look of it. I think they did a good job of the likeness of Rey. Okay, so and again, you know, I did buy it loose, so as a result of it being loose, it might not be complete. I think the buyer thought it was complete, but there are a few pieces missing. It's okay. I never get upset at that. It was a far better price, far cheaper than what these originally sold for, and that was another reason why I got them. I mean, you know, I'm also looking always to find, you know, some good deals, you know, because, you know, we are all on limited budgets, so we have to make sure that we do that. All right. So those are the Elite Leia. It's kind of cool, like mother figure, daughter figure, even though they're not really mother-daughter. She was like a mother-daughter kind of relationship. So that was cool. So this went on a little bit longer than normal, but you know, there was a lot to talk about today, and some great things happening, some scary things happening. But collecting will continue. As long as the post office works and things can still be delivered, I do have a few items that I've been told are shipping, so there should be new unboxings very soon. And even if we don't, I still have my. If you go back a few episodes ago, I had a what should I unbox, and I put up a bunch of battle packs and asked for people to comment. I've had a few people commenting here and there, but mostly it's coming down to two, and it's pretty much tied now: Ewok pack and Force Unleashed pack. So I'm probably going to unbox both, not in the same episode. I'll do the Ewoks first, then the other ones there. So there's that to look forward to. And as I said, not looking very likely that an upcoming Disney trip's going to happen. So we'll continue to do unboxings, but keep your eyes open for some different things. All right, maybe a live stream, maybe some music-related ones. Okay, as I said, it's not something that I normally do, so I'm a little out of my comfort zone there. But you know, we'll see. We got a little time on our hands. We're all kind of hunkered down here in our homes. So maybe we'll give it a shot. So that'll do it for this week's episode. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Thank you and welcome to our new subscribers. And pass the word around to other people if you like this channel. You can also check me out on Instagram and Twitter at DarthTuba and DarthTuba's Star Wars Unboxing page on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, may the Force be with you.